Good morning, X Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Please welcome Arthur Fonzarelli, Henry Winkler to the Morning X. What are you up to?
About 5, 6 and a half.
Oh, that's so old. Come on, Fonz.
Henry. Hey, Henry, this movie that you're in right now...
Yes, it's called Down to You. It stars Freddie Prinze Jr.
Hold it.
Wait a minute. We're plugging the wrong movie.
Not on my sheet, it's not.
No, that's the one I'm making here in New York.
The one you're making right now. Okay.
You mean the one I'm in that you're going to see there?
That's correct.
That's called Dill Scallion.
Right, I know. And it said that you play the Phil Spector of country music.
Yes, that is true. I play an agent from New York who is desperate to be Southern.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I wear a string tie. I have the worst Southern accent you've ever heard in your life.
So in the movie, does the character purposely fake a Southern accent so he can sound Southern, or are you saying...
Yes, he does.
Okay.
But it has such a strong New York flavor to it.
Right. Is it fair to say this is like a Spinal Tap with country music flavor?
Yes, it is. I mean, I'll tell you something. It really is. It was made on credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody did it out of love. And it is so funny and so clever. And the band is really great. It's about a country western band.
Right.
And about the lead singer, Dill Scallion, who is a little touched.
Now, if the movie was made on credit cards, doesn't that make you feel bad you're running out and buying a pool?
No!
These poor people.
I'm certainly not buying a towel from this movie.
All right.
Uh-huh. How did you...
I made enough, I swear, for a tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, I can imagine this because, and not only you, but, Robert Wagner's in it. And,
he's great.
And Willie Nelson's in it, and Jason Priestley is in it.
Yeah.
And
Luann Rimes makes an appearance.
Leanne Rimes.
Yeah, right.
Right. Her too.
Well, what did I say? Luann, that's her sister.
That's right.
I actually met her. We did a race for Kids Against Drugs.
Uh-huh.
And she's adorable.
So
you're too fast for me, Fonz.
No,
Henry,
I'm having a good time.
I'll tell you.
As a matter of fact, I'm not going to go to work today. I'm flying down just to be with you in the studio.
Come on down.
Oh, Henry. You were here, was it 2 years ago?
Yes.
Because
it's been 2 years for that speech?
Yeah, I spoke to the incredible Jewish Federation.
That's right.
Down there in Atlanta.
It was people still talk about that speech. I'm not kidding about that.
Really?
I mean, we've had many great people come in and speak to that group, and yours always resonates back as a real...
Wow, that makes me feel great.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you.
No, I'm so happy I called.
It was great. I was there. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't fantastic because I was there. It was fantastic.
Well, it was fantastic for me.
Right. So anyway, Henry, now the thing about this movie that I find interesting, that this is not like some big studio production, and you mentioned the credit card. You're not kidding about that.
No, I'm really serious. Jordan Brady, the director who also wrote it, and what I was going to say before is, and you will see for yourself, this is not hype. The band is great. Mm-hmm. The singers, the musicians, they are great. And if you listen to the songs, it sounds as if they are singing really genuine country western.
Right.
And if you listen then closely to the words, they will make you howl.
Well, that was what was great about Spinal Tap, is that it just sounded like typical heavy metal garbage, but the words were hysterical.
Yeah, I found love at the family reunion.
Right.
How did all these guys get you big Hollywood heavy hitters to do this so inexpensively?
Yeah.
Well, the truth is that, there is not always great material.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan is a really clever... He started off doing stand-up, comedy. Then he directed television. And then he wrote this movie. And he has so much passion. And he had such a vision. Everybody said yes.
On a movie like this, where you're, I'm guessing you just make scale, right? If it's
less than scale.
Less than scale.
Yeah, you make ska.
Ska. You just get the ska. Is that one of those, like, you make more money if it gets widely released, then maybe you'll make some more money?
That depends on how righteous Jordan Brady is.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. If he decides to, give you.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. This one is the kind of movie you don't do for a big payday. You do it because it's great. You do it because Jordan is going to be a wonderful director. You do it because being with some of those other people. We had so much fun making that movie.
I'm assuming that the movie took place in my hometown of Nashville.
It moves around the country, as a matter of fact. Dill Scallion starts off driving a school bus, and eventually they move to a tour bus.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it goes all over the place.
Hey, Henry, let me take a left turn here and ask you a world events type question.
Sure.
Because I know you're a guy, I mean, you seem to be a guy who's fairly well read and...
that's only a facade.
Well, okay, it's a good one, though.
Thanks. I read a lot of Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be my standard celebrity question I will ask from here till the end of the year.
Okay.
Time Magazine, as you know, is putting together their Man of the Century.
Yeah. Oh,
issue.
wow. That's a really good question.
And that has been talked about. And I'm wondering, Henry Winkler, who would you put on the cover of that magazine? Who had a bigger influence on the planet in the 20th century than anybody else, in your opinion?
Wow. The two people that come to mind, one of them is Gandhi, and one of them is Jonas Salk, who came up with the polio vaccine.
Interesting. I guess I have seen his name batted about. There's a big controversy now because there are many people who believe that if you're going to really boil it down to who had the most powerful effect on mankind, a lot of people think Hitler.
No, I understand that, but I lost my entire family. I never had grandparents.
Right.
I never had aunts and uncles. They were all friends of my parents who then became family. We just made up a family, and because of him. And so I would not put him on the cover of a magazine.
And it's interesting because I actually fall into the same category as you in that regard. But I thought I would put him on the cover for the reason that I don't think anybody has had. The stuff that he did is still being felt today.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely true. That's absolutely right. But also, he had terrible hair,
Now, okay, you make a good point there.
And a bad stash.
You know what?
Really?
I tell you what, I would love it if when I was like 50, I had Henry Winkler's hair.
Thank you.
Well, if it ever falls out, maybe you can get it.
Maybe I can.
Well, you know what I'll do from now on? I will pick up everything that is I leave in the sink.
Yeah.
And put them in an envelope.
Right.
Send it down to you.
So
absolutely.
Henry's is this movie going to be Dill's? What is it?
It's Dill
Scallion.
Scallion.
It is very. Quickly. You know what? It is really funny, and it's also tight.
Is it a TV movie?
I saw a couple of rough cuts, and I was able to just suggest some things to Jordan. He is really a talented young man.
When will it be out?
You know what? That all depends on how the screenings go.
A little later, we're going to talk to Robert Wagner, who's also...
Would you give RJ my best? I just saw him in Las Vegas.
Yeah, what's he doing there?
We were having a good time. We were taking a look at the Bellagio.
For what reason?
Because they kind of like invite you and you look at the hotel, and it was really lovely.
I hear that's the place to stay right now, the luxury place.
Well, there was a restaurant. There's never been a good restaurant in Las Vegas.
Well, there are some now, like in that Caesar's Palace Mall, where they have
Spago.
Well, there's Spago, and there's also what's his name from New Orleans, the big time guy.
Prudhomme.
No. Not the guy who's on Good Morning America too all the time.
Emerald.
Yeah.
You know what? I play a character that is a little bit like Emerald in this movie I'm doing, Down to You. But there is one in the Bellagio now called Picasso. Mm-hmm. Holy mackerel. It was one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten in.
Do you like to play when you're there? Do you like to
Yes,
gamble?
I do. I play craps.
Man, that's a tide that goes way up and way down.
Yes, but if my table is not excited, if people don't cheer and yell, I walk away.
What's the most you've ever won or lost at a craps table?
Well, my whole life is a bet.
Okay.
being an actor.
Right.
So, I bet at the $5 table.
Yeah.
I have actually lost $300.
What about one?
I have won. I was taking, a friend of mine took me to one of the Tyson fights.
Uh-huh.
And I had my ticket, it was a $1,000 ticket.
Right.
I never actually made it into the fight.
Why? Hot table?
Because the table was hot. I walked away with $3,000. Now, to me, that was a fortune.
You should have taken a break and sold that ticket. You could have had another couple thou.
I didn't want to jinx the dice.
Henry Winkler, it was good to talk to you again.
You know what? I want to tell you, I'm proud to be in Dill Scallion. Everybody should go see it this Saturday. I'm proud to be on your show.
Speaking of Scallion, have you done the fish quiz?
No.
Are you sure you never did the fish quiz?
I've never done the fish quiz. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever heard of the fish quiz.
Okay, you have been on our show. I know that. You were.
Why wouldn't he have done the fish quiz?
You know what?
Check the archives. Make sure he's
Check it, because I promise you, either that or I have Alzheimer's.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't think you
done
have.
it?
All
Okay,
right, here we go.
here we go.
15 seconds.
15 seconds will be up on the clock right here in the Morning X Stadium. You'll be able to name as many fish as you can in that 15 seconds. It's a race against time.
Okay.
It's a speed game, and you really have to rattle them off.
Every celebrity's played it.
Every celebrity has played it. Anything underwater counts. It can be a crustacean. It can be a whale. It can be anything like that.
Anything living underwater. It's just called the fish quiz.
Okay.
Now, speed is king here, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Brook trout, rainbow trout, brown trout, a whale, a porpoise, a pencil fish, a rockfish, a clam, a mussel, an oyster, a
10.
lobster, a shrimp.
10.
Done. 10.
Time up. 10.
10. That's not bad.
No, the champ has 15.
16.
16.
Yeah, you know John Pankow from Mad About You?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the champ.
Wow.
He's the
Yeah,
champion.
16.
See, I've got to make my mouth move faster.
That's
all right, Henry.
Maybe the first interview Henry's ever done where people didn't ask him Fonzie questions.
You know what? That is the truth.
I'm serious. Is it?
Barnes made up for it, though,
Well-
by calling him Fonz 3 or 4 times.
Well, you
Well,
can call
but,
them Fonz,
you know.
but didn't ask questions about the
Yeah,
leather
but that's
jacket.
okay. I mean, the character was really a lot of fun to play.
Melissa,
Wait,
I grew up with the Fonz.
You did?
Well,
You're the only one?
Don't
Barnes?
start
I
me.
don't
Good
think
care
so.
of you?
No, but I had to, I wanted to be the Fonz
You
when I
know,
was
a friend of-
however old I was.
a
I
friend of
think
mine
you
in-
show great taste.
A friend of mine in elementary school called my older brother the Fonz all my growing up. She thought he was cool
Come on,
like you.
Tell me you didn't go to elementary school and slap on the jacket, slick the hair back. Come on, we've all done it.
Who, me?
I didn't.
I
I didn't
did it.
quite do that.
Oh,
but,
I did.
I
I was
didn't go
about
that far.
in 4th grade or something. I wanted to be the Fonz.
Yeah.
I was
Hey.
I was afraid of guys like the Fonz.
You know what? So was I.
Were you?
In real life? If
Yeah.
a guy like the Fonz, hey, what are you looking at?
Yeah,
I would
well,
say, excuse me, I'm blind. I was just looking for the door.
Well, the funny thing is, it wasn't until after you played the Fonz that I think a lot of people realized how good an acting job that was, because when you first came on that as the Fonz, people just thought, oh, they got some big tough New York Italian guy to,
Right.
But then afterwards, we've seen you on TV and in interviews, and they think, wow, he's such like a sweet, nice, gentle guy. He really did a great job.
Right, because
Thank
you had done
you.
a movie before that,
That makes
in
me
that
feel
role.
good.
So anyway,
Thanks.
Thank you, Henry Winkler.
thanks, Henry.
You know what? Have a wonderful day and give my best to everybody in Atlanta.
We'll do it.
Everybody has been so great to me down there.
We'll see you soon.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.